We live in a rapidly moving and developing world, where we're consuming over 500 quintillion joules of energy each year. That's a 5 with 20 zeros after it, and that number's getting larger every year. Over 80% of this energy is generated from fossil fuels, and that's leading us to a devastating future. A world where polar bears are dying. We're gonna save the polar bears with solar energy. Around 170 quadrillion joules of solar energy hits the Earth every second, and this has so much potential to be harnessed, so it's worth making photovoltaic cells more efficient. First, let's refresh ourselves on how a photovoltaic cell works. We start with a p-n junction. Some of the free electrons in the n-type material diffuse across the junction due to the concentration gradient, leaving behind positive ions. Once they're in the p-type region, the electrons recombine with holes, creating negative ions. This region that forms in the middle is called the depletion region, as there are no mobile charge carriers.
When a photon is absorbed into the depletion region, if the photon's energy is higher than the silicon bandgap energy, an electron in the depletion region is excited from the valence to this conduction band. This means that the electron becomes mobile, at which point the electron is swept back towards the n-type region due to the electric field in the depletion region. The act of the electron leaving essentially causes hole movement in the opposite direction. When light is shined on a p-n junction, this combined electron and hole movement creates current from the n side to the p side, which is the basis for electric current supplying solar cells.
When a photon does not have enough energy to overcome the band gap at a p-n junction, it simply passes through, and multi-junction solar cells take advantage of this. Each material in the multi-junction solar cell has a different band gap and can absorb its own range of wavelengths of light. By stacking these various materials in order of decreasing band gap, the lower energy light does not have enough energy to excite the electron-hole pairs of the top layers, but can still produce current in the lower layers. By the time the full spectrum of light has passed through the composite material, a high percentage of the energy has been absorbed. For a standard crystalline silicon solar cell, the efficiency is around 25%, but multi-junction solar cells have been shown to have an efficiency of 46%, and an infinite number of junctions could, in theory, increase this number all the way to 86%.
A crucial component of multi-junction solar cells are the tunnel junctions that separate the different material layers. Tunnel junctions are p-n junctions with high doping and narrow depletion regions. Without these junctions, the p side of one layer and the n side of the next would create p-n junctions between the layers, but in the opposite direction, which would cause high voltage losses. With tunnel junctions, however, electrons on the left side, which are in an energy state in the valence band, can move to an available energy state in the conduction band on the right side of the barrier via quantum tunneling. This avoids high losses, which increases electrical efficiency of the solar cell.
For each subcell, multiple properties must be considered, such as band gaps, lattice structure matching, and high electric efficiencies. Selecting materials with similar crystal lattice constants improves the quality of the formed crystal, allowing the device to perform closer to ideal states and avoid electronic efficiency losses. In addition to arranging subcells with decreasing band gaps are selected such that current in each subcell is matched to allow sub-band gap light to continue to lower subcells. Each subcell's materials should also have favorable electronic properties, such as high minority carrier lifetime, high carrier mobility, and strong absorption coefficients. One combination of materials used for multi-junction solar cells is indium gallium phosphide for the top layer, indium gallium arsenide for the middle layer, and germanium for the bottom, whose values can be seen in this table to the right.
By packing different material layers into a cell, multi-junction solar cells operate at record-breaking efficiencies, putting us ever closer to harnessing the full potential of the sun. Current design efforts are aimed at further improving the efficiency of multi-junction solar cells, as well as lowering the cost of production, which is the primary restraint on wider application of multi-junction solar cells.